Today we take a look at the Homunculus. Ooh, welcome friends to a new episode of Lineage 2, hanging out today on the Chronos server. Hope you guys are well. I am well. And today we want to talk about one of the new update items that has come across the desk, and it is the Homunculus. Today, the infamous Homunculus. So, what is needed? How does the Homunculus work? Homunculus, yeah. Pretty cool. So you need various things. So first of all, you have to have a slot open. Now when you start, you have 2 slots open. They'll show a little plus. When you have that, you can click on this button. It costs you 1 million Adena to summon one. Now when you summon one, there's this little cool orb here that goes, it does all these weird things. And then it really is just a pulsing orb. That's all it is. Then what you can do is you have to inject it with parts of you. Pretty cool, right? Difficult, but not super difficult. Right now, with not having any vitality, this is more difficult to do. However, either way, the process is the same. So when you're there, you can inject 10,000 HP points. Now you can do that every single time, but so it actually ends up being 1 million. So you have to give up 1 million HP to bring this guy to life. So every time you do one, that's 10,000. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. So you could sit here with the healer and heal yourself and then keep injecting, heal, keep injecting, blah, 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 blah. You could do it while you're out fighting, which was easiest because VR does work in places, and then you can just fill that up. The other thing that you need to do is your vitality points. 1 entire slot equals 1 of these, and you need 5. So you need a bar, a full bar and a quarter to fill this bar up. This is red, this is green. Then you also need your skill points. SP, you need 5 million per each one, and you need 10 of them, so you actually need 50 million SP. And then you have to wait, this is in seconds, you have to wait an entire day. This does say you can use items from your inventory or by using the auto-use buff potion to inject it manually. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure if you can speed up the day time or not. If you can, please leave me a comment down below. I have not been able to figure that out. Cool. Then after you've waited a day and you've filled up all of the stuff, you can click the Come to Me button and he will come to you. And hopefully you get a Homunculus. And you will. You'll get one. Now, there's 3 different grades. I've been trying. I have raised 5 so far because it's been open for 5 days. I got this guy first, an advanced, a green background. There's also a gray background or an orangish hue background, which is a general. The advanced is better than the general. There's also a top grade, which is red, and that's what you really want to shoot for. So I've been told by some of my friends in the EU update, they've had the Homunculus update, Dawn of Heroes, for about a month. So they've had 4 weeks of being able to try to get these, and they've got the process figured out. They have so nicely decided to share some of that information with me. So thank you. You know who you are. You're in my Discord. Shout out to you guys. Much appreciated for helping us understand this. Also, so what you can do is when you get them, we were told that you should try to hold out for top grades because that's what you need. So I will probably get rid of this one. However, you have the ability to enchant them. I did put some points into this guy before I knew any of that information about the top grade. However, every time you do this process, it requires 1 million HP, 5 vitality blocks, and then 10 million, or sorry, 50 million SP. That's not easy to get all the time. So if you're a lower player, this is very difficult. So if you get an advanced one, that's probably what you kind of will start to build. I am considering actually putting my points into this. I've got 21 points. How do you get points? Well, you can add powerful fish. That's one way. You can inject VP. That's another way. And then, so you can reset this. You have Monster Hunt. Every time you kill 500 monsters, you can get a point, and you can get 5 a day. So if you kill 2,500 monsters a day, you can get an enchantment point. You can use these enchantment points to enchant your buddy, whether it be through these skills, which will help you raise various things. This is XP, preparing, but to get to these next ones, you have to fill this guy all the way up. So right now, when he's enchanted, he'll give that stuff, right? When enchanted to the max. Right now, if we look at him, oh, so once he's maxed out, then he'll give us this stuff. You can also click the enchant button, and then you can start setting your points to this stuff, which also requires SP and enchantment points. But we can get 2 more of Con, Men, Luck, and Cha. That's nice. If we get to the next one, then that would be 4% HP and MP. That's really nice. Plus 40 attributes, plus 4% M or P skill or M skill, and skill cooldown reduction 4% as well. That's pretty nice. Now, if you go back and take a look, each one of these has various different skills. This one doesn't do the same stuff. This will only give us a max of 1. So obviously you can see the difference right off the bat, that this one only does 1 and the other one does 2. So I'm guessing the top grade either does 3 or 4. Then this also adds more HP, MP, vitality bonus, which is pretty nice. Max 3% SP, XP, and then vitality bonus 5. This is really nice. So what I would like to probably get is probably a Juju, which would be nice, but I'd like a top grade if I keep one. There are various different types of Homunculus. Alright, so there are various types. So right now I have an Ari and a Juju. So in Juju does recover vitality slightly upon killing monsters. That's pretty nice. So if you get a decent Juju, a top grade, and then you level it up, you may be able to keep permanent vitality. I don't know if that's the case. I've heard grumblings about it, so it's quite possible. Maybe some of my EU friends can confirm whether or not that's the case, but that would be pretty cool and really valuable to have, right? An Ari gives you a skill power boost when using a skill. So that's pretty huge for me, being I'm now a skill-based character. That's nice. So that would be very helpful in PvP for me. There's also a Tenga, which does P attack boost on normal attacks. So it might even be worth us, instead of getting a Juju, getting a Tenga, and then having a Tenga and an Ari together, which would be super, super nice. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out. And then there's also Apollo, which is P defense boost when hit. So we might even want to do that because we're trying to get into doing more PvP and doing more Olympiad. That could be helpful. And there's also a Churin, which does magic attack boost on magical skills. So similar to the P attack one. It's a Tenga, but it's the magical version. So there's a Juju, a Tenga, Apollo, an Ari, and a Churin. Pretty amazing. So I think, based on all that information and what I'm trying to achieve, we'll definitely probably keep the Ari. I'm considering whether or not I should get rid of the Juju or not. It's only a general, and I've perished 3 other generals at this point trying to get myself a top grade, and I haven't got one yet. So I'm hoping that I can get a top grade, but doesn't seem to be the case. What is that crit rate? It adds 30? Crit rate 30. Interesting. Wonder what that's all about. Maybe you guys can shed some more light on that if you know. But there you go. That is pretty much the homunculus in a nutshell. There's also another thing that I saw to do, which is commune. I have not figured out how to do that. So I guess if you commune, this gives you the ability. Neither one of these have a communing ability, but maybe that gets unlocked and maybe you can set each one after you've done some enchanting. So if you take this guy and you enchant him, or you enchant the skills, maybe then you start giving, as you do these, it adds more to the communing abilities. Maybe that's how it works. I haven't got that far into it. This is relatively new. I'm just giving you the information that I have in front of me so you guys can at least make some informed decisions on what you should keep or what you shouldn't keep. I've been told that you should only keep the top grades. If you get an advanced one, it's decent until you can get yourself a top grade and replace the one that you have. So that's what I'm saying to you. Again, the Juju is Recover Vitality. The Ari is Skill Power. The Tanga is P Attack. The Palo is P Defense. And the Churin is M Attack. And if you want, you should probably hold out if you can. If you can keep affording to put stuff in there, you can hold out for a top grade. I haven't done so yet. And I haven't put another one in because I was thinking of perishing this guy and then starting a new one. But then I'm like, that's 50 million SP every time I have to do this. And I've done it 5 times now. SP is going to start getting really expensive because at 110, it requires a lot for skills. So it's kind of awesome to have, but it doesn't tell me what the requirements are for these, unfortunately. But from what I've been told, these require a lot. And you can't get them all in one shot. You have to go kill a bunch of stuff and then get a few at a time. So it's like you can get one and then you have to go fill it back up again, get another, rinse and repeat. So that on the cusp of being 110 and then having to put a bunch of SP into this, it's kind of... I've determined whether or not I want to do it. Maybe you guys have better ideas about that. Maybe this is super beneficial and I should be focused on this more so than I am. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, interesting. So I've got 21 points gathered so far, so I can do a fair amount of enchanting when I find one I want to invest my enchantment points into, which would most likely be a top grade. But that's pretty much Homunculus in a nutshell. It probably gets a little bit further into that with the communing and then also with adding these skills and things like that. Haven't got that far into it because I don't have a top grade and I was told to kind of wait until I have one. So if any of you have a top grade, send me some pictures, post them in the Discord so we can kind of see what you have. Maybe we can all kind of work together and figure out what the best ideas are for getting the proper homunculus for your character. All right, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please stomp the like button. Take care and be safe.